It's impossible to truly keep control over everything one wishes to. Like all things, it seems to be a game of who can run their mouth first. In this case, it seems that Sunder's immediate discussion with the Enderian court has now led back to me and my stronghold. Tonight, she has called for me to meet at the castle. The Enderians wish to discuss.
Atticus.
Sundu,
Atticus.
pleasure to see you all. What's the concern before I get started on my end of things?
The stronghold that you live in. Where's the portal?
You wish to bring this back up? Why?
Probably because it's a security issue.
Right. I'm not sure if Sunday has kept you two in the loop, but I have been looking into handling it myself. I don't wish to step into any other troubles with you all. I don't wish to get off on the bad foot.
Atticus, that's not good enough. We've had talks with our Empress. She wants them gone. So, we want to get rid of it ourselves. And we want to ensure that happens.
Helen wants them shut down.
No offense, we aren't going to trust a wolfkin with their word. Especially since we do not know you. And you're not even from the end.
Interesting choice to make it a wolfkin matter, but I'll disregard that for now.
It's not a wolfkin matter, it's simply me saying that you're not from the end.
You outright just said you are not going to trust a wolfkin at their word.
A wolfkin who was from the overworld and not from the end.
Correct, you can just say an overworlder. Apologies, I don't wish to make this a heated discussion. Have you discussed with the High Vessel?
This has no concern with the High Vessel. This has all of the concern with the end, though.
Within her realm, I believe she would
the
still have...
stronghold is Enderian.
Pardon me, I don't know my law.
Every stronghold that exists is Enderian.
As long as we've paid our tolls and followed the laws within the overworld, there's nothing that we need to do in concern of the High Vessel.
I would view destroying what is currently on my and Overworlder's property, or perhaps trying to force my hand in order to do so. I would view that as perhaps something that she would take concern with.
Atticus, you've made your base on Enderian property.
When's the last time anybody was there?
Enderians. I don't know.
Besides
How
you.
about during the war? How about those were Enderian...
The amount of moss that I cleared off
places.
the wall, the amount of bricks that were cracked, abandoned, webbed off areas. No one had been there in I don't even know how long.
Sure, outposts for Enderian people to gain easy access between Overworld and the end during the war. Whether it was maintained, not our concern, but also it is our concern if there are active portals in them that lead directly into our realm.
And as I've discussed with Sundu, who again, I don't know how much she has shared, I wish to destroy this portal and set us on the right path. However,
Well, considering we're here, she hadn't told us anything.
I still had a sentence to finish. However, it is still within my property, my current base of operations, as you understand, and I would like to handle it and be trusted with that. Either
Okay,
that,
you can
or we
handle it. but we want to see it with our own eyes and see that it happens. We're
Of
not
course.
going to trust that you just do it.
I understand. I'm still working on a proper methodology. I have a few theories that I still need to test on, I suppose. Similar seeming
Oh.
materials.
So the issue is that you just don't know how to break them. Do you want to know how to break them? I can make it very easy for you.
Of course.
You take a pickaxe and you break the ring.
That's how it works.
Okay, so then enlighten me,
That was
Vincent.
the very first thing I tried.
Yeah, they are indestructible. We would need to,
We could just seal
Fun-
it off with obsidian, couldn't we?
off. We can technically destroy it with mushrooms, but,
Wait, what?
yeah.
Wait, that is true. We can do that.
Wait, what? How do mushroom? Huh?
It has to be
Uh,
the certain. I think it's the red ones, right?
Yes, which I don't have.
I do.
I know where a dark oak forest is.
Wait, it's that simple as mushrooms?
Well, you have to
Ironically,
grow
yes.
it. You have to grow it next to it, and it has to actually like grow where it breaks the portal.
Yes.
Oh.
So it can work. It just might take a lot of bone meal and mushrooms.
Yes.
Oh. I see.
Regardless,
Um,
as much as I appreciate the potential info of mushrooms, I don't know if I can precisely trust mushrooms of all things. I would still like to test this myself, and once I can verify that you're not pulling something quick, then I will invite you over, and you may watch the rest of it destroyed.
Pulling something over, you have 3 Enderian officials here telling you that we want it destroyed. Why would we have any other reason to pull anything over you? Especially with the things that we know that you've been doing.
Pardon me? Enlighten me, what have I been doing?
The stuff you left Jura and the banner.
Who?
The barkeep in the end.
Right, the one we went to for the after party.
mm-hmm.
I don't believe I left anything there. If
Banner, black, red W's across the side. Many different kinds of valuable blocks.
I don't believe you have the right person for this. Do I look artsy to you to make banners?
Wait. Hold on.
Anybody can make a banner. Tribal or otherwise.
I can assure you that would be the least of my concerns. Is there anything else I should be aware of that I've been doing? Because so far this has been, well, as I requested, enlightening.
I'm sure it has been for you.
I would love to have enough resources spare to start donating them around, but so far about the only thing I've got is coal.
Really?
At least in enough quantity to spare, yes.
What's your rank at the Adventurers Guild?
I believe I have not ranked up.
But you've done quests.
Correct.
With the help of Fifi reading you them.
Correct.
You would have earned at least something from that.
8 emeralds per. That's hardly
Mhm.
anything to start sharing around blocks of valuable resources.
Mm-hmm. And yet in the overworld you have access to things like villages, trading.
I've hardly
But-
delved into trading besides trying to stock my library, and the max I've gotten out of that is about 2 books, one of which had to go straight onto this pickaxe.
Good for you.
Thank you.
I'm just saying you have means in ways that others do not.
And instead I've been working on retrofitting a stronghold. My focus has not been on resource gathering, it's been on making a home for myself. I have lived out of caves for the last 20 years of my life. Pardon me if I'd like somewhere nice and private and safe, where I don't have to worry about people intruding uninvited. Again, I would still like to put a best foot forward with my relationship with all of you, with everybody. However, there is a certain hostility in the air that I am not particularly fond of tonight. I understand you may have power in the end. However, as an overworlder here, I do not currently feel the need to respect it unless I speak with the High Vessel and I am ordered. Good night. I relayed a message to Sundu. In the interest of everybody's safety, please remind them that anything outside of the main walls is highly unsafe. I do not wish to bring harm to any of them. I will be discussing with the High Vessel as soon as I can, so that we can handle this safely and peacefully. I will not directly name you. I understand that you're not exactly a high-ranking official. I don't wish to drag you deeper. I am quite sorry it's reached this point. In return, she requested we meet. Sunday.
Hi.
Shall we walk? So what's your end of things?
I don't know.
How do you mean?
Both are in the right and both are in the wrong. I don't know.
Suppose I can see that viewpoint, however, I also view it from a stance of the weights of each right and wrong. I suppose my wrong would be claiming an eminent domain over the stronghold, when, by all technicality, the Enderians have some form of right to it, or may perhaps by their laws have some form of right to it. However, the wrongs that I'm seeing from the main aggressor, I don't understand. You said that she was trying to rile me up,
It's just...
but I don't understand the sake of lying. To demean by factor of one's origin, or to try and... The nonsense was with the bar. I don't understand what she was trying to get across there, but I don't appreciate it.
So you didn't send anything to that bar to Jura.
I have not been there since the ball. I've had no reason to enter the Enderian kingdom. Since the after party, that is. And
Atticus,
again, I don't find myself to make artful banners.
Atticus, pushing this all aside, I have chosen to trust you and to take your word at face value. Even that day when I got very scared that our portal was breached, I trusted you and I stayed behind. However, trust goes both ways. And if you're not even allowing me to just look, I would put all my weapons and armor in a chest, for crying out loud. But if I'm not even allowed to look to see the safety of my home, and this has nothing to do with you. I could care less if you're a flower spirit, a wolfkin, a shriekling, whatever. That doesn't matter to me. I just want to know that my realm is safe with my own eyes. Because I really don't want another problem to happen again. We've already been through so much in that stupid war. And I just want it... I don't want to deal with it again. I don't want another conflict between the realms. And I don't want either side to be causing it because of their stupid values. I could care less. I just want some reassurance here. And words don't cut it.
I understand. It's not that I don't trust you. Matter of fact, I would think that... Matter of fact, I would think it would be quite clear the trust I have placed in you. So far, you've handled communication with the High Vessel for me. You could have wrote virtually anything inside of the book. You could have. Perhaps you already have and you've made up the responses,
No.
but I don't believe that you would.
I wouldn't.
You could have easily wrote any treasonous statement, and I place a blind trust in you as I hand that correspondence over to the High Vessel. Heads up. Believe me when I say I trust you in full.
Then
Who
why
I don't
just not-
trust is your superiors, the higher-ups. As you've established with me before, you don't particularly have much sway.
I don't, but they trust me.
But what would be stopping them from ordering you by threat of, say, jail sentence or worse, to lead them to the portal? I understand that the Enderians usually have quite a high trust and a high loyalty. I don't know where you fall. However, I hope you can understand that it is not a lack of trust in you, it's a lack of trust in the officials that
Then
are
can you
unfortunately
ignore
above
the
you.
officials and just... I need this confirmation, Atticus. I need to see this, not them.
I understand. But you do see where I'm coming from, correct?
I do. Trust me. More than you know. And this delicate situation is already hard enough as it is. And I just want both sides, including you, to just not be stubborn about this. I understand. But this isn't something to be overly paranoid about. It boils down to just, I want to know that my trust in you wasn't misplaced.
Do you know that the one that mentioned the mushroom trick?
Yes.
Is that true?
I'm not sure. It could very well be.
I'll make sure you see it destroyed with your own eyes tonight.
Thank you. And I'm sorry about this whole situation.
It's okay. I will missive you as soon as I can figure exactly what to do regarding the mushroom and however there. It may still take a bit of time. I'm determined to make it happen tonight for you. However, as I mentioned, with the walls are not exactly safe.
I
I'll need
already
to be-
let them know,
Thank you.
by the way, yeah.
I will need to be careful in how I navigate back to the portal room. But as soon as I can see to it that it's destroyed, I will make sure that you have safe passage and that you can see it with your own eyes.
Thank you.
All I ask is that you may have my back. I think it may be working around what they would like, but I am doing this I'd like to say I'm doing this for you. The words don't exactly feel correct, but I value you as an associate, that I will make it happen.
Thank you, Atticus.
Thank you, Sundu.
I also cannot guarantee that they still will probably ask for proof, but for now, I will vouch for you as long as I am able to.
Thank you. Realistically, had they not come off in the fashion they did, I would still invite them along for this, but of course, as I've mentioned, one woman in particular has not made exactly the greatest impression with me.
I do apologize for that.
If you can find out any more regarding, you said Jira, the bar owner.
I intend to ask her what that was about. Knowing that what I do, I suspect you wouldn't be able, well, you can write letters, just not. I will look into it.
Matter of fact, unless I did it after the ball, I've had you write in the logbook for me, so I don't know how I would even get there legally in the first place.
True. I'll ask her, though. See what that's about.
You mean asking the woman that prompted it, or Jera herself?
Jura herself. I want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
I would almost advise not. I don't know how well you know either the whatever woman was hostile tonight. I don't know how well you know her. But given she's trying to accuse me of whatever it is she's trying to accuse me of, and the pointed jab about Wolfkin, I must worry that because of my demeanor, perhaps someone could be trying to pin something on me. I understand
will
that I haven't
investigate.
exactly made friends, so if it were to be Jura and her bar, I imagine it would either be a direct denial or trying to spin something else
Well-
up. At very least, I'd advise you to be careful.
I will. Rowena's one person. However, Jura, I've known her for a long time now. So, I'm very much concerned of this. So, I'll look into it.
Thank you. Again, I'll missive you once it has been done.
I'd best get home. Thank you, Atticus.
Thank you.
Of course.
Time to move. Stone. Just think. Need that reconstructed now. If she can see it with her own eyes, she can verify to the crown. It may not be a perfect facsimile, but it will be good enough. Damn. If it's good enough, it will be good enough. That is where it needs to stand. Provided it can pass, I've done my job. I need fuel. Damn it. So much for trying to play nice. So much for thinking this would blow over. Perhaps I'm the fool in that matter for that. Damn. Any stone that I have needs to be going towards this. I'm just grateful that I prepared that. Jesus, paranoia. And also, worth the note. So much for don't ask, don't tell. She must have ratted me the moment I left. These need to be burned. Damn! Okay. Think Roman. Any of these need gone. Need a full sweep. None can remain. Even a single one can be traced back to me. It's over. Gives them a direct line of reason. Still the most likely to find. I can pin it on a singular source. Say that Jer is perhaps trying to paint me as a wolfkin. Given that the accusing seems to be bribery and, based off of her tone, other negative intention. Dead to rights on something.
I had thought on it previously. Constructing a fake portal room for the sake of ending this problem. Show them a facsimile, tell them it was already broken, keep my leverage. I hadn't had the time to make it happen, though, and now it was coming back to bite me. I spent the following hours trying to recreate the room, every last detail. If even one thing were not to match, it would sell out my ruse. But, as it neared its completion, no. I couldn't let myself be backed into a corner. I could still come out on top. I have Sundu's trust. I have my words. If I spin this right, I could gain trust with Sundu, keep the portal, and put this issue behind us all. I requested we meet.
Sunday.
Atticus?
Who needs to pick up who? Turn just a little bit.
What the? Oh.
You said trust goes both ways, correct?
Yes.
Whose trust comes first? Mine or the kingdom's?
That all depends.
My worry that should the kingdom pressure you, you'll give it up. Is it unfounded?
Give up what?
The portal.
Well, if it's destroyed, that's that.
Please be very careful from here on out. This is it. Untouched. I wish for the sake of honesty, I debated an alternative route. One that was more at defense to the rest of your kingdom. I have a functional replica of this room elsewhere in the stronghold.
Functional?
Functional
Oh.
enough to, if I were to show any of them, I believe it would give no implication that it were a facsimile.
Does it have this?
No. I initially was intending to show you to that room. However, I figured the trust that we have garnered and the relationship we have built, I do not wish to structure that on a lie.
Thank you.
I'm still more than hesitant to destroy this. I feel it would be rash. For something to be indestructible, it has to serve of some importance. And I understand it's a portal, not one I intend to use, but in case of any emergency, I would still like to keep it around, otherwise I would have looked into destroying it from the day I found it to avoid any of this.
It's just gonna bring you more conflict if you keep this. And
Hence, I extend the offer. I will not lie to you and say that I know the full extent of what this holds or what it can do, what exactly is the innate danger. However, I understand it's a point of contention. I can show the Enderian royal court to the facsimile room, which, of course, would not have a portal. It would look as if I had already completed the work, as I intended to show you initially tonight. Either that, or if you truly wish it, I would like to extend the olive branch. I'm willing to destroy this one at your request.
please. Please get rid of it. I don't want this thing here. It is not just due to me not... It is not because I do not trust you, but despite all your traps and securities, if someone somehow figured out you had this, they could easily frame you for using it in your stead. Do you get where I'm going with this?
I suppose.
We know when portals are activated. That is a knowledge we have. So it's just best to have it gone and to not deal with all the trouble that it will cause in the future. There are many other ways to get around the realms. This one does not have to be one of them. It should not be one of them.
Let me clear out space.
Are you okay?
Yes?
Okay.
Something may have stepped on a trap. Is that enough, or is this enough to reconstruct it?
It needs to... The ones with the orbs in it need to be gone. Oh my god. What?
Something's...
Is it a mob? Oh, it's a creeper.
You came alone, correct?
Of course. Nobody else knows. The people who knew of this place are asleep. Nobody else knows how to get here. Wow. It really does work. Before I go, can I talk real quick?
Sure.
I'm not going to lie to you since you have been honest with me thus far. There's only one Enderian who knows that I've witnessed what has happened tonight. They are asleep, however. And despite wanting to come with me, they respected my decision in seeing this through for myself, because I needed to do this for myself. However, the court will eventually ask me about this, and I must report it, that I've witnessed its destruction. But since I am not a member of the court, they will not be pleased by what I have been keeping from them, and I have to bear those consequences for my kingdom. So, I might not see you for a while, depending on my Empress's verdict in the future. But I didn't want any more trouble to be had. And regarding that banner situation with Jura, whatever it is, even if you did or did not do it, I no longer want my kingdom to be involved in matters of whatever, I guess, as I mean. I have a lot ahead of me, but thank you for your honesty, and I will try my best to continue to vouch for you, but I let you know that I can only do so much.
I see.
And, for what it's worth, I have had a really nice time spending time with you, Atticus. It's been a nice refresher. I will head home now and... Okay. Well, thank you again.
Farewell.
Farewell.
So then, this teaches a lesson now, doesn't it? The faces change, but people don't. Everyone seems to only ever service themselves. Jura decides she's in a bit too far and details our conversation for leverage in her kingdom. Sundu takes everything I lay out to her and decides to spit in my face in loyalty to her own kingdom. The lesson tonight is that for now, I need to work alone. Stop relying on these flimsy morals, these weak-willed post-war cowards. If they wish to play scummy, if they wish to play this information game by their own rules, I can do the same. First, I need to make connections in the non-Enderian realms. Second, I need to get the High Vessel on my side. And somewhere down this line, I pray I get to see Jura Barlow dead by my hand. She doesn't know just what she stepped into yet. She has decided to put herself between the tens of thousands of dead that my origin carries, and justice. There is much to be done. No time to hesitate now, Roman.